am challenging myself to go vegetarian slash pescatarian for at least 7 days, okay? The reason I say that is if you've watched anything from my channel, you know that I am allergic to gluten and soy, and I have been dealing with eczema my whole entire life, okay? Quick backstory is about 4 years ago, I went to the allergist. They did the whole back test and they found out that I was allergic to gluten, soy, and a few other things. And he literally looked at me dead in the face and was like, okay, so just stop eating them. That's the best thing I can say. And I said, okay, as if that's going to be way easier. That is way easier said than done. But basically, I found my way through it and I had to cut out gluten and soy from my diet. And that resulted in the eczema that was popping up around my mouth. Like, I hope that it's stopped because of that. And thank goodness it hasn't been here for a while, but I've had eczema my whole life. I've had it in the usual areas, behind the knees, inside the elbow, on the elbow itself. In high school, it started popping up around my hands. Sometimes there's still a little patch that pops up here. In college, it came up around my mouth. And then recently, as in like the past 2 months, I noticed a little patch forming on my stomach. And then it's gradually started getting a little bit bigger. There's little patches around my back. And so I went to my doctor yesterday and I was like, hey, can you confirm if this is eczema or not? And she said, that is definitely eczema. And I had been researching and watching some documentaries recently of plant-based diets, right? So I've never, how do I say this? Plant-based diets is not something that I thought I was going to look into a few years ago, right? Until my diet, even when my diet became really, really limited with cutting out gluten and soy, I said, there's no way I'm going to cut out meat and animal products also, because it's just going to, what options do I have? But after doing all the research and stuff, I realized something that's consistent is that certain animal products can cause inflammation in the body. And if you've had eczema, if you know anybody that has eczema, you know that eczema is basically an inflammation problem. Something triggers it, it inflames, your body gets inflamed, and then as a result, eczema pops up. So the fact that it's now around the biggest surface area that I've ever had around my body is really, really concerning for me. So I had talked to my doctor and asked her thoughts of going plant-based, right? And when I say plant-based, I know that translates to vegan, but as a start, at least, I want to focus on primarily going like the vegetarian, maybe even pescatarian route, because sometimes vegan as a whole is just like, it seems like way too much to tackle. And if that's the route I'm gonna go at some point, then fine. But right now I want to just try focusing on cutting out like meat products, because a lot of the food I eat nowadays, at least lunch and dinner, has some kind of meat in it. So it's going to be a big change. However, I noticed how heavy I started feeling after eating certain meals, including, ones with beef, even chicken sometimes. And I'm not talking about fried chicken. I'm just talking about maybe roasted chicken. Sometimes I'll feel really heavy and then I'll have to go sit down on the couch or something and just like will my body to just keep digesting. And I realized that that's not, it's normal after eating meat, but after eating certain plant-based foods, you don't have that feeling, because what that is basically all that fat. I think, right? Like based on what I've been seeing, I could be totally wrong. I'm not a scientist, but all that fat that is basically coursing through your system, going through your arteries, it's just making it so I just feel tired. So that's my first step, is trying to find protein replacements for that. And I'm still going to be eating eggs, here and there some cheese. However, I do need to limit that a lot. And then I never really eat butter, but so I'm going to continue going that route, because whenever I eat butter, whether it's for mac and cheese or like a simple grilled cheese and I put butter on it, I like feel so freaking tired afterwards. I have to prep myself every time I'm about to eat it to say, okay, you're going to be down for about an hour or two. You're going to feel really fatigued. And sometimes it's hard to pick up. So knowing that I have those feelings and I react to food that way is enough for me to say, I'm going to try going a different route, right? Especially if it's going to be beneficial to my body at the end, then that's what I'm willing to do. So that's gonna be my 7-day challenge. I started yesterday, actually, unknowingly. I started yesterday. And so today's gonna be day 2. I'll probably do an update video of how my week has been so far. Um, but yeah, yesterday I had cereal. I had cereal for breakfast, like I usually do. Sometimes I have oatmeal, and then I have it with a plant-based milk because like milk from like cow milk, it also just makes me feel bloated and tired. And then for lunch, I had this, it was a Mediterranean food spot, and I got the vegetarian option. I felt light as hell on my feet afterwards. Like my sister was eating chicken kebabs right next to me, and then I was having that vegetarian plate, and halfway through her dish, she's like, yo, I'm so tired. I should have gotten the vegetarian option. And I felt like I could keep going, even though my stomach felt like it was satiated. My brain wasn't cloudy. I was so like energetic and happy. So that was a really good sign. And then for dinner, I had that left over because there was a lot of it, and a little bit of like chips and guac. So far so good. I'm really loving day 1. Today's day 2. And then yeah, I'll keep you all posted. Let me know if you want to see what meals I make. I'll probably pop in a few YouTube shorts to kind of show you what I'm eating. But that's the update. I mean, we'll see how it goes. If you've gone the vegetarian route, if you've changed diets, whether it's because of personal reasons or health reasons or environmental reasons, like leave me a comment down below because I'd love to read about it, learn about it. And also if I can eat it, whether it's vegan, vegetarian, like any culture type of food, I will eat it. So leave some recipes down below or some of your favorite protein replacements for meat, and I'd just love to learn a little bit more about it. So thanks so much for watching this video. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe, leave a like or a dislike if you didn't like the content, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.